Last week, Brad Kroner reported in the Cecil Wig that the county unemployment rate increased from 4.4% in May to 4.8% in June. Employment figures are important factors in political discourse and policy choices. So Brad's here to help us explain the numbers. Brad, thanks for being here.
Thanks so much for having me.
So the unemployment rate is up and the number of folks in the labor force is up. How do these numbers relate and where do they come from?
So the labor force is the total number of people that are employed or looking for employment. Generally, retirees aren't included, full-time students aren't included, and then there are folks who are disillusioned with the workforce and aren't finding the job they want, so they leave the workforce for whatever reason. So that's how the labor force is determined. And then you take the number of unemployed people and divide that by the labor force, and that's how you come up with the unemployment rate.
And so what do they mean for the county?
Well, looking at the long-term trends, back in 2007, before the recession came, unemployment was around 3.9 to 4.1% in the county, which is about where you want to be in a local economy. And then during the recession, unemployment went as high as 9%. But in April, it dipped back down to 4.5% for, I think, the third time since 2007. And the second time in the past couple months. So I think it shows that the economy at the local level is on the right course and starting to stabilize after a rough period of years.
And to what do you attribute the increased number of people in the labor force in recent months?
I think there are two primary factors with that. The first is that every year, if you look back the past 10 years at Cecil County's unemployment figures, unemployment always rises from May to June. And I think that's partially because students are on break. High school students are graduating, looking for work. College students are on summer break, looking for that summer job. And college graduates are starting to look for their career. So that's one factor that's increasing the labor force. The other is that Amazon is bringing 1,000 jobs, Lidl is bringing 150 jobs, TrueAir is bringing a few more. And there's potentially more opportunities along the way. So people are feeling, they have a renewed sense of optimism about the local economy, and I think that's bringing people back to the labor force.
So do you foresee this as a trend for the county?
I think so. I mean, if you keep looking at the data, it's downward trend. Seasonally, unemployment typically goes up a little bit in the summer. If you look at the statewide data, each county except for Wycomico County and Worcester County saw unemployment increase. Worcester County is the home of Ocean City, so that certainly helps their employment in the summer months.
Very cool. Well, thanks for being here.
Thanks so much for having me.